Just outside of Castelnaudary, there is a chateau that seems to be hidden in time and space. In a village called Soupex, there is the Château de Soupex. Built in 1120, this chateau has many layers of history, and we're here to explore it today. Come with us on a journey on this episode of Leslie and Castelnaudary, the Château de Soupex. This gorgeous chateau was built in 1120. That's a long time ago. And as a psychic medium, I come here and through the drive, I already felt that there were many spirits that were going to communicate with us. As soon as I got here, I told the owner of this gorgeous bed and breakfast, which has its own dormitory, private rooms, gorgeous pool. It has it all and has been lovingly restored after all these years. That there's a lot of activity, but it's not the kind of activity you would think that a lot of chateaus and medieval France would have. It's not scary, it's not haunted, but there are energetic layers. There are things here. And what I had immediately picked up was this energy of an old man who had a hard time seeing. He probably didn't have glasses, so maybe this is like a spirit from a long time ago. And I feel this guy in some kind of cape walking around this garden. And I also feel families, many families having been here at a certain time. I told the owner that the energy of this place feels like to me Downton Abbey. It's got this energy where time is not always easy. Society is not always easy. There's wars, there's famine, there's difficulty, but for some odd reason, the energy of this house gives me, we will overcome, we will protect, and we will persevere. And you can feel this protective energy. In fact, when I was connecting to the walls of the house, as I know through experience and doing paranormal research and even my own home, is that every house has its own spirit, and this spirit feels very feminine to me. And I was able to listen to the resonances of this house spirit, the layers of this home, and connect with some more of the spirits here. I already did a tour. I already know what's in here, but we're going to go back and actually connect with those spirits if they will come back out and talk to me. So let's see what they have to say. As I told you, every house has a spirit. And as I was in the kitchen having cake and coffee with the owner of this gorgeous chateau, I started to hear the house spirit talking to me. And she said, because the energy felt very feminine, I was injured. I had, in French, a blessure. And what I was being shown was from my knees down, almost like something running by my leg, scraping it until there was a revealed injury. And I explained to the owner, I said, the house says that it was injured and it feels like water or some kind of rushing water or something that's injuring the foundation of the house and it hurts really bad, but the house says that it has been fixed. Then the owner said, well, I got a story for you. When they bought the other side of the chateau, because they bought it in two parts, this part used to belong to the city, and the other side they were just fine. But when they bought this side of the house, they discovered that in fact there were some kind of water issues underneath, but there was nothing there when they bought the house. Eventually, however, as the owner was part of an acting troupe, she told her acting troupe, go ahead and put all your costumes and all your supplies underneath the house. And one day there was a heavy rain, and that heavy rain rushed through and revealed a flood, and it ruined everything underneath. And they discovered that because of the way that the ground is that the foundation of the house had in fact been injured, and they had to restore this foundation where I'm standing on so that way it would never flood again. And that is just one example that a house spirit knows. When you live in a home, your house knows if you are taking care of it. And that was just one of the biggest validations for these owners. As you come down into this underground area where these really cozy, comfortable, medieval style bedrooms are, this is where I was talking about where it had flooded before and what the house had communicated it had been injured. But as you can see, in the years that had passed, they completely restored it. It smells amazing in here. It's dry, it's comfortable, it's cozy, it's romantic. and there are no issues here. So I feel like the house is very, very happy. It's like a happy home. In fact, when I'm walking through this space, the house is telling me I've changed so much over the years, and there have been so many people. There's another space in here. It's funny you have this baby carriage, this baby bed, which they have for their guests, but you can feel like lifetimes here, lifetimes here. And you walk into this space as well, and you see, again, a very cozy nook, a very comfortable place to sleep. I mean, it's so quiet in this Soupex area that you really come here to just kind of let go of everything. Energetically, I see a lot of things happening in the world, but it's almost like this chateau remains, and everything in the world, all of its insecurities and all of its violence, all this stuff just floods by. It just goes by, and this place is here. It's a very protective energy. I feel light, I feel warm, I feel safe, and I just feel from this house that there's this massive protective energy. So, which is going to lead us into the next reason in the upstairs room, what I had seen from the original owner builder of this place. When I first got to the house, I told the owner, I said, for some odd reason, I see somebody creating their own church services here. I heard the word mass. And I said, I think somebody tried to start their own masses here, because I see like a religious person, a man in drapes, and then family starting their own church. And I was like, but it doesn't feel like an official church. It feels like somebody's creating their own church service. And I was like, that's so weird. Imagine a family just starting their own church service. Well, it turns out that the creator of the chateau, the man, the Lord who created this chateau, actually wanted to move the church from over there, bring the congregation, bring the chateau from the bottom of the Soupex hill and bring it all the way here. And what he actually did was build this chateau, that church, so they could create that whole religious aspect there. So I think it's very interesting that these energetic layers remain. I don't feel that this is actively haunted, but as a medium, I do see these layers here that if you are sensitive enough, you can pick up. So let's go up to the kitchen and I'll tell you a little bit more of what I had seen about another time in time and space. As we were sitting in this dining room area, I kept seeing farm animals, but I kept seeing like pigeons up in the rafters and animals being stored here. And I said, I keep getting this image of animals stored here. Oh my God, there's a spirit on the balcony of a young boy looking at me. I'm like, I just freaked out for a second. But I did say, okay, hi, guy. I did say I did see animals at the top over here, especially in this nave. And the owner said that during World War II, Spanish refugees came here to the chateau and they had hidden them here. They had kept them safe here. And to survive, the Spaniards brought dogs and birds and different animals that they had found in the forest and ate them here. And so that was another energetic layer that I was seeing in this chateau. And in fact, I see this little boy who's curious, kind of scared me. But that's how it is. If you've seen the Père Lachaise video, you see that the spirits love to come up. I think he's very curious. He's a young boy. He's wearing blue. He's got a little hat on. And I feel like he's probably, I want to say like 1700-ish energy, very curious. The energy here is playful. I feel like as we come over here, they got these bathrooms and they got extra gorgeous rooms. I mean, it's so modern here and it feels so cozy. You have everything you need. And yet you have all these layers, and I just feel that as time continues to march on and people come here and have a good time, if you, like I said, if you are sensitive enough, you can feel these energetic layers. And you look in this room, immediately I'm in this room and I see an older energy of a woman here. And she's happy, she's knitting, she's sewing, she's making things. And I feel like, oh my gosh, when you're here, you're left alone. There's just this energy. I also get energetic impressions of food being grown here. You see this gorgeous room here with these walls. I mean, look at these arches. You can't find these things anywhere else in the world. They're gorgeous. And I feel like this woman energy, this grandma energy who's peaceful, she's dressed in black wool with some cotton around her neck. So maybe she's what, like early 1800s, I don't know, mid 1800s. And I feel like, oh, okay, like you can grow food, you can make your life here, and you're happy and you're left alone and nobody's bothering you. It almost just feel like this place was like an escape for people, and they were able to get some peace and refuge here. Have you ever stayed in a 1,000-year-old place? I haven't, but I've fallen in love with the walls and the history and the vibe of this house. Just think about that for a second. 1,000 years in time and space. Wars come and go. People live and die. Bad things happen. Good things happen. Stories are told. And I think if this house, if I could really tap into the spirit of this house and leave a message to everyone who's watching this, if you're gonna live a life, let it be a good one. What do you think we're gonna find, Frankie?
You're going to find spirit talking to you.